KDVA and KUSAF are thankful that General LaCamera will provide keynote remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, the CFC Commander, sir.
Yeah, thanks, Colonel Lee, and thank you, General Brooks and General Jung. It was good to see you the other day. Thank you for the time, and a special welcome to Ms. Pak, who I had the honor of meeting at her father's celebration when I first got here. Good evening, good day, good morning, and thanks for the warm welcome. I'm excited to be part of the nation's top Korean military experts. Vince, you are clear now that Abe has separated your command and mine, so feel free to enjoy not having any responsibilities on the Republic of Korea. I haven't broken it yet, but don't worry, there's still time here. Serving in Korea as a commander of the UNC, CFC, and USFK is an incredible honor. And if you had told me when I first met General Roskasi as a young captain that I would be sitting in his seat, I would have told you that you had some serious issues. And then when I came back stationed here along the DMZ up at Camp Greaves with then Lieutenant Colonel Brooks and General Tillelli, who I got an opportunity to talk to when I was back in Washington, D.C. last month, that I would be sitting in his seat. I would really be telling you that you've got some serious issues, but it is an absolute honor to be part of this command and to serve here. And it's especially heartwarming to be here with my family who did not have the opportunity to serve with me the first time, and who has not had the opportunity to serve with me on my overseas tours over the last several decades. So it's an honor to be here. I couldn't think of a better job. I told Abe when I first talked to him after he departed that he did not pump up the command enough because after I spent a couple of days here, it was just absolutely overwhelming and incredible to be back here. I'll focus on a couple of items. First one is a happy anniversary to the command. I know it's the 7th. We will celebrate it with a formation tomorrow, and then a small celebration over at the Dragon Hill to mark the anniversary. But more importantly, I think we mark it every single day as we continue to work together to provide security and stability on the Korean Peninsula and in the region to allow our diplomats and politicians to move forward. That's really our job. And it's one that we take very, very seriously. Had the honor of coming in here right away, transitioning right into an exercise. And even during COVID restrictions, constraints, we're able to operate not just the train up, but actually the execution of the exercise to include a follow-on NEO exercise that we executed with the U.S. Army Pacific to reinforce the NEO operations that I think will be absolutely critical to the successes as we go forward. So as we've discussed, CFC was established November 7th, 1978, and this marks its anniversary coming up in a couple of days. CFC is a separate military entity that receives its policy, guidance, and missions from Binational Military Committee. CFC is a warfighting headquarters. The components are tactically integrated through continuous combined and joint planning, training, and exercises. And I had the opportunity to go out and visit some training recently, and it was very heartwarming to see the young soldiers and leaders out there incorporating technology. And if those of you had an opportunity to either participate in or watch the Armed Forces Day celebration where the President of the Republic of Korea was on the deck of an amphib as he watched an amphibious operation. I won't go as far as to say I wanted to join the Marine Corps after that, but I will tell you that it was very, very heartwarming, and it was excellent to see the timing and the firepower that the Republic of Korea military brought to bear. As stated, it's a warfighting headquarters. Today is one of the days that we get together to as a command team, to look at the command and make decisions as we plot our way forward. So that may cut short our time here with you, given the nature of our duties. In Armistice, CFC is a standing headquarters without forces, but again, as stated, have the ability to get out and see training, to check readiness, which is no different than in previous commands where the forces that I would have to fight, for me to get eyes on, for me to be able to give some commander's intent on the things, my expectations, if there were going to be a fight, and have a dialogue with the commanders that will go into harm's way with their service members. The strength of CFC, it's the heartbeat of the ROK-US alliance. It's truly combined, as General Brooks stated. CFC has wartime operational control of over more than 600,000 active duty military personnel of all services. And that's important because any fight, if there's one thing I've learned over the last couple of decades, is that our fight is going to be combined, it's going to be joint, it's going to be interagency. And the new term that we're introducing, or that has been introduced, is multi-domain. This is all fights in the future will be multi-domain: space, cyber, air, land, sea, undersea, and don't ever forget the information domain, and more importantly, don't forget the human domain. Given the density of the populations that are here, the size of the greater Seoul metropolitan area that we would have to deal with going forward. And CFC will provide a coordinated defense, air, ground, naval, and as stated, through all the domains going forward. The armistice, in effect for over 67 years, is a testament to CFC's deterrence of hostile acts against the Republic of Korea. It's strengthened through rigorous CCPTs that stress and test the alliance process and complex decision-making process against a thinking enemy. This is a very complex environment, just on the day-to-day basis as you see what's going on, not just in the region, but globally. And it'll be no different here on the Korean Peninsula. The ROK military consists of 70 to 80% of forces during wartime for CFC. Thus, military training is absolutely critical. This military training is absolutely critical. On the OPCON transition, the COP-P, which it's become known as, it's a bilaterally agreed upon conditions-based OPCON transition that the United States and the Republic of Korea militaries are working together to move forward. I'm really not going to get into any discussions on the exactness of this. Operational security is extremely important to me. Just know that there's a plan out there. Most plans never survive first contact. And so as we move forward with our plan, we will adjust. But in all cases, I can assure you that top priority is to ensure that we are prepared to defend the Korean Peninsula, enforce the armistice, and if required, fight and win. And I will pass it over to General Kyum. Again, thank you very much for the opportunity to serve and to be here with you today. And more importantly, thank you all for what you continue to do as you've moved on to the next objective. 감사합니다. 같이 갑시다. General Kyum.